I'm ready for connectors when you are.
Come on, I am next up for you. You can head to the cable bag. You'll be retrieving the NZGL cap, and we'll cap the NZGL side of the connectors.
Any setting by for your connection, Dave?
Copy, Shane. You'll be mating P7 alpha to J7 alpha, and P21 alpha to J21 alpha.
Okay, let me look for those and I'll confirm with you. Repeat over your shade. Copy. Okay, I have B21 and B21.
Copy.
Sounds like good, no sign, no pins, and EMI band looks good.
Copy, Shane.
You know, it's got to be over 10 for you, correct? Yeah, there's 2 on each one, so that's
That's right.
put all of them on the same temp, take the temperature delivery.
Yep, you can do that. Come on. We just need all 4 connectors capped.
Now look at the Canadian side. Yeah, that's what it disappeared in Thanos. There we go.
Copy, Shane. Around 45 seconds till handover.
Okay, that one's done, Jenny, and the next one is 7, P7 to J7 alpha.
Hey, firm, we're looking for P7 alpha to J7 alpha.
P7 alpha to J7 alpha, copy. Everything looks good. No 5, no pins. EMI band.
Copy all. Short handover.
The one up here is the one you brought over. I got 2 here at least. Let me get my other one. I'll just stick with me. Well, better position for you.
Back with you after the hand now.
Yeah, my right. Back on right on the keeper. Or you gauge from the bag and go back up with the keeper in those 4. And the GL caps.
And brake.
Well, actually,
We're going to stop your capping off now. We are going to pick up the crew lock bags and the PGTs and head inboard. We are creeping towards our MEDOX limit.
Ready to go inboard.
Copy, Thomas. We'll have you stop at the FSE to pick up the crew lock bag and the spare PGT, and then continue inboard. And Shane, understand you're currently getting the crew lock bag and the mod kit on your BRT.
Correct. Okay, all right, you're good to go, Shane. I'm going to go ahead. Yep, you'll be ready. Yep.
Copy, Shane. Shane, you'll be headed straight back to the airlock. Again, Thomas, you will be stopping at the FSE. On the way inboard.
Okay, I see your green hill, your green wheel, the green hoop shade. 5309 Jenny, I'm going to pick up my hook and then take it to my head reel.
Good words, Thomas.
This is Mission Control Houston, 6 hours, 35 minutes and counting in today's spacewalk by Pesquet and Kimbrough. They now have left the IROSA rollout solar array in a safe configuration on the mounting bracket at the base of the P6 solar array truss structure, and will now begin to make their way back to the Quest airlock, collecting tools and tethers and making inventory of all of the items they took outside with them for this first spacewalk in support of the augmentation of the power system on the International Space Station.
Your tethers are a little bit to one above the other shade. Okay, I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah. Is on my red wheel, and both are unlocked.
Copy, that is a good config, Shane. You can continue your translation inboard. You will be headed direct to the airlock. Copy, Tomas. You'll be picking up the crew lock bag and spare PGT. Storing them on your BRT.
There's a red on that handrail too. I think it goes to the crew lock bag. See you. Love you. Nothing else. You'll stay there. I'm doing something. So I'll come back down. Okay. See you around. Oh yeah. Around your camera. Reach it. Couple twists in there.
This is Mission Control Houston, approaching the 6-hour 40-minute mark in the spacewalk. Just to recap, Shane Kimbrough and Thomas Pesquet placed their spacesuits on internal battery power at 7:11 a.m. Central Time, 8:11 a.m. Eastern Time today to begin the 239th spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades. The focus for today was the first in an ongoing series of spacewalks to install and deploy and activate new solar arrays called IROSAs, ISS Rollout Solar Arrays, to augment 6 of the 8 power channels on the International Outpost. The 2 crew members worked to prepare the first of the IROSA arrays and to get it out of a flight support structure on the truss of the International Space Station, where it was delivered after its launch 2 weeks ago on a SpaceX cargo vehicle from the Kennedy Space Center. About 3 hours into the spacewalk, a couple of minor problems were detected with Shane Kimbrough's spacesuit. One was the loss of data on a display control unit that provides spacewalking astronauts insight into the health of their suit's systems. He was directed to go back into the airlock, put himself on an umbilical, and restart the display unit, and it has been operating just fine ever since. The other issue that was addressed but cost the crew members time outside was a momentary spike in pressure readings in Kimbrough's suit sublimator, a cooling unit for his spacesuit. But it also has stabilized and caused no further problems during the course of today's excursion. But all the time that was lost dealing with Kimbrough's suit resulted in the first of these 2 IROSA solar array units being removed from the flight support system and moved over to the base of the P6 truss to a mounting bracket. It was installed on the mounting bracket. The 2 crew members trying to unfold the boom, basically the array itself, which is folded in half, but they couldn't unfold it to its full extension because of an interference problem with a mechanism on that mounting bracket, and so they were directed to refold it and bolt it in place in a safe configuration, which is where they're going to leave it for today. There will be discussions over the next day or so by mission managers and spacewalking engineers as to what the next course of action will be, whether we press ahead with the completion of this particular IROSA array's installation and activation, maybe move on perhaps to the next array that goes on the opposite side of the P6 truss for the 4B power channel, or whether we defer this work to a future spacewalk altogether. It is not an urgent concern for NASA at this point in time. These IROSA arrays are designed to augment, not replace, any of the existing arrays which are functioning just fine, providing all of the power required for station systems. The IROSA arrays are designed to add, each of the new 6 IROSA arrays are designed to add about 20 kilowatts of power to the existing power output for station systems, thus putting the station in a better posture electrically to support new science payloads and new modules that will be launched to the International Space Station.
We're checking for you, Shane.
Okay.
Yeah, Shane, you'll be bringing that inside with you, that adjustable.
Okay, copy that. Adjustable thermal temperature open.
Copy, Shane.
Okay, the scope PCT and the coolant bag.
looking for the inboardmost brake release paddle twice.
The pedal twice on the outboard or not?
Just the inboard pedals, but on both the port and the starboard seat of the car.
Okay. Okay, inboard. Brake pedals on both the cars. For each key on an airlock, the coolant bag is on a bench attached to the airlock.
Cut chain.
Airlock controls on the port seal codes. Under the engine.
Copy, Thomas. We see that double brake release. Thank you, Thomas. You can continue inboard to the airlock. Our next steps are to do the tether reconfig once Thomas is back at the airlock.
I see my green hook here. Actually twisted here. That's my green hook location, Jenny. Or my anchor hook location, 6560.
Thomas, you are translating all the way back to the airlock, and your anchor hooks will stay at this location. We are reconfiguring back at the airlock on the external airlock D-rings.
Okay, and from what I see here, our six pedals are wrapped around each other, so I'm gonna have to clear that too. Yeah, I thought they cleared at the very end, but can't tell you that. Little shoe twist. No, it's not that. Alright, next step.
So we are able to clear that next time we come out.
It's legal, it's take 1 minute. Go ahead and do it now, Jenny.
Copy, Thomas. If you are going to clear it now, that's fine. You need to put a tether on that hook.
So I have my 172 356 back, Michael Black.
Copy.
Put my other one pedal on that hook.
Copy, Thomas. That's a good config.
Put it on the other hook. Then I'm going to release my anchor hook. Okay, I'm going to attach it to the steps. If I'm secure, I'm going to work on both. I'm going to go ahead and retrieve my waist banner.
Copy, Thomas. Good work.
How you doing, Shane, at the airlock? It's right, come on. You're broken up. You're broken up. You're breaking up, sorry. Just to be sure for next time, anchor hook is locked black on 3562. Shane anchor hook locked black on 3561.
Copy. Good status of both the anchor hooks. You can head back to the airlock, Thomas.
Back.
And Shane, since you are back at the airlock and in position, Thomas will meet you there, do the tether reconfig. So at this time, if you'd like to, you can remove the SCU from the stowage pouch and connect it to your GCM.
Okay, I'll put that in motion. Shane, as I'm coming in, I'll pass you the okay. Also bringing my crew on board. Okay.
Copy.
Be mindful if you're together.
This is Mission Control Houston. As we approach the 7-hour mark in today's spacewalk, Shane Kimbrough is almost back home, almost back at the Quest airlock, where he and Thomas Pesquet will enter shortly and begin the process of repressurizing the airlock to wrap up today's spacewalk. They were able to remove and mount the first of the ISS rollout solar arrays onto the mounting bracket at the base of the P6 truss, but it has been a deliberate process throughout the day, and the crew members were not able to unfold or unfurl the arrays as had been hoped for. So with the spacewalk winding to a close, we will have to wait and see over the next day or so what the next course of action will be in terms of the timing and the content of the next spacewalk by Kimbrough and Pesquet. That the crew begins the repressurization of the Quest airlock. That will mark the official end of today's spacewalk. We'll compile our usual plethora of statistics about where we stand with spacewalking activities at the International Space Station, and And then we'll continue our coverage through the time that Kimbrough and Pesquet are back inside the equipment block and they have doffed their helmets.
You can both turn off.
The IROSA rollout is in a safe configuration in place on bracket at the base of the piece, while engineers evaluate the course of action and timing to complete its unfolding and unfurling to a full 60-foot length to enable it to begin the power augmentation for the 2B power channel on the P6 or port 6 truss of the station.
You're on LRT, you're with the look at your green, keep going left, you're on green.
You can attach Shane's yellow hook to your red reel.
Is connected.
Copy, Shane.
Like on black on my red.
Copy, Shane's yellow hook attached to your red reel, locked. Red reel on.
My radio is locked.
Copy. You can attach your green hook to the forward external airlock D-ring. Copy. You can release your yellow hook and stow it on your mini workstation.
As Thomas Pesquet makes way inside the Quest airlock, at the other side of the hatch to the crew lock section of Quest in the equipment block, Megan MacArthur on the left, Aki Hoshide with his back to the camera, and Mark Vandehei on the right are awaiting the crew members and pressurization of the crew lock section of Quest and enable them to open up the hatch and bring Shane Kimbrough and Pesquet back inside.
So with that, Toma, you can ingress the airlock, verify that the forward hatch tip pin is engaged.
You ready for me? I am ready. Okay. Setting my first off. Okay, so that telephone tip in is engaged.
Copy, Toma. Close the hatch thermal cover. Attach the hook to the magnetic plate D-ring and cinch the strap until snug.
it off. Link ahead. There's 15 mission.
Copy. Central. Okay. The number of black lines were extinct 6. Copy. You then remove the SE so attach and connect it to your DCM.
Go back up.
And come on, I understand you are connecting to your SCU. We want to check if you can get the magnets to engage on the thermal cover as well. Copy, you're connected to the SCU. Can you ensure the thermal cover magnets are engaged? Okay. That looks good to us. So I'll get both of you to check your SCU are locked. Nope, TTB setting of 8 max cold minimizes time for SCU. You can switch water off, FF forward, and the need to flow is off. Copy. Do not close hatch until EMU water off for 2 minutes per time.
Very good job.
DBA.
Okay. Yeah, we're giving a ring. Very good with everyone.
Our 2-minute timer is complete, so the moment you provide the outer hatch is clear of hardware, and the handle is per the hatch demo. If the hatch is clear and the handle is per the decal, you can close and lock the hatch to lock. That was a short handover. We copy now. The hatch is closed and locked. On the UIA, Shane, check oxygen. EMU 1 and 2 valves are both open. Power Ethernet 2 both on.
Two with a mic.
Copy both on and UC as well. UC on. Check power EV1 and 2 both 18 to 19. Copy good numbers. Power to SEU, extract 1 intel.
This is Control Houston, continuing to tick on the Houston spacewalk. Now at 7 1 hour 13 mark, but we're in the home stretch. The outer hatch to the Quest airlock's crew lock compartment is closed and locked. Crew now hooking up to umbilicals to the crew lock, and we'll begin the repressurization of that segment of the airlock to mark the official end of today's spacewalk.
Start throttling the IV hatch equalization valve. Let me know if you want me to slow it down. Down, put air sauce around.
Mission Control Houston, the repressurization of Quest airlock has begun at 2:26 p.m. time, marking an end to today's spacewalk by Pesquet and Kimbrough at 7 hours 15 p.m. About 15 minutes of spacewalk. The eBay is ending announcements with the repressurization of this airlock. Additional to the board shortly.
To clear the pressure, that was a lot faster than I expected.
Following the completion of today's spacewalk by Pesquet and Kimbrough, the spacewalk began at 7 a.m. Central Time today, and now the two spacewalks in the every hour, and ended 7 hours 15 minutes later at 2:26 p.m. Central Time. The repressurization quest. This was the 239th spacewalk in support of ISS assembly maintenance upgrades. This spacewalk ended out of the ISS this calendar year. For Pesquet, this was the first spacewalk of his work, and that's total 18 hours 47 minutes spacewalking time. Shane Kimbrough now has completed the 7th spacewalk of his career, he spent 15 minutes spacewalk time. In all, the 239 spacewalks together with ISS and race have equaled 1,506 hours 28 minutes spacewalk, which is another 62 days, 18 hours and 28 minutes spacewalking. Its first ISS spacewalk back in 1998. For Expedition 65, we have 2 spacewalks. The first conducted by broadcast astronaut Novitsky and Yudorov weeks ago on Hoyt module with 2 spacewalks off of this expedition. It's 14 minutes spacewalk time. These sponsors bag results in the first new IROSA ISS rollout software will reflect the structure of the truss of the station and mounted bracket at the base of the P6 solar array processing. However, a couple of videos with Jay Kimbrough's suit that resultant cells cost these spacewalkers some time, about an hour's worth of time, and they were unable to complete all the work planned for today. We also had an issue of interference as a Hot 21 full array from its folded configuration once it had been mounted on the back of the base of the P6. So the array is back in a folded configuration. It was not unfolded, it was not fully unfolded, it is folded in place configuration. Manager now will have discussions regarding the next course of action for this particular solar array. We go here with planning for the next spacewalk to deal with these solar arrays. The particular solar array that Pesquet and Kimbrough worked on today was designed to provide augmented power to the 2B power panel on the P6 truss. The next solar array, which remains its support structure on the truss of the station, is currently scheduled to be removed and installed on Sunday by Pesquet and Kimbrough. Whether or not to proceed with that work or have some modification, the spacewalk plan will be subject to discussions over the next couple of days. The Quest airlock is almost completely repressurized at this point. At no time, Commander ISBC is rotating the hatch handle. Now is opening hatch between crew lock section and the equipment lock section so that he and the officer can assist Pesquet and Kimbrough in removing the equipment lock so that they can have their safe first date for EVA back batch removed from their space and have photo tape, which is a to course flush. They'll have to take those suit logs, go now and here's back around before they begin to remove their suits. With their 1 day's worth of work having come to an end, with the first of the ISS rollout solar arrays having been installed on mounted back to base of P6 truss, not deployed, not unfolded, and its footwork yet to be evaluated by mission managers. The next spacewalk Kimbrough has paid for the next first pair of solar arrays, the second of the polar arrays delivered 2 weeks ago on SpaceX cargo vehicle, and next spacewalk is currently scheduled for Sunday. We'll be looking very carefully to see what the managers of the ISS program management decides the next course of action will be. This is Control Houston. Pesquet on the right, Shane Kimbrough on the left. The helmets now having been removed. Safety back on question. Following the 7 hour, 15-minute spacewalk today. This is for Kimbrough, for Pesquet, which they removed from flight support structure. The first ISS rollout missile array. The first of 6 phases is on function of the power capability of the International Space Station's existing arrays. The array was installed on the bracket, the base of the P6 truck, but a couple of issues with Shane Kimbrough suited to have the minor leader cost of the 2 spacewalkers now time outside while flight controllers here control industrial troubleshooting on Kimbrough's suit. And so the 2 spacewalkers were not able to perform the port deploy. This 60-foot long red remains folded up and bolted in place on the duration of P6 trust. The next spacewalk is scheduled at the moment for Sunday by Kimbrough and Pesquet to remove and install and activate the second 2 IROSA or ISS rollout solar arrays. This one for the 4-beat channel of the P6 truss. The one mounted on the bracket today is designed to augment power for the 2B power channel. So where we go from here will be the subject of discussion by managers over the next couple of days. At the moment we are scheduled to coverage of that spacewalk at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday morning. However, we would urge you to stay in touch with advisories on that and to keep your eye on the space station web at www.nasa.gov/station. For now, we'll wrap up our spacewalking coverage for today. 7-hour, 15-minute excursion outside by Shane Kimbrough and Pesquet. Thanks for joining us throughout the course of the day. This is Mission Control Houston.